This is Radio SPLA, the voice of the Sudanese Revolutionary Armed Struggle.
Yes, General Taban Deng Gai, welcome to Radio SPLM.
Thank you, and thank you for this opportunity, and I hope listeners of the SPLA radio will be listening.
Definitely, they will.
Yeah, thank you.
You have been in peace venue from the beginning to the last minute. The peace deal was signed by Dr. Riek Machar. What level of the talk is the peace standing now?
Yes, the SPLM, SPLA have been engaged in search for peace since January 2014 up to August this month, 2015. This has been a genuine search for peace because we know what had happened in the country is not an end game by itself. It was a different opinion within the party, within the SPLM, the party that had liberated the country. So we thought that it was a peaceful approach of resetting the objective and the vision of the movement. Because since we lost our founding father, there was a lot of confusion and lack of vision and lack of clarity on the roadmap, how to unite the country, how to build the country. Crises were brought by some of the disgruntled leaders in the SPLM, and crisis broke up, and we entered into a crisis of a civil war in the country. As I said, this is not the end by itself. We believe that there could be a peaceful settlement. That we have signed peace now.
Yes.
We are hoping that this peace will be implemented. It will go to the country. We believe Riek Machar and his comrades in the SPLM did not get out their 100%. We believe also our comrades from the other part of the SPLM, Salva Kiir and those who are with him, did not go away with 100% of what they would want. But what God said is that it is an opportunity for readdressing the issues of the country and then bring peace and its stability to the country. So I'm hoping for a peaceful and smooth implementation of the agreement.
Okay. General Taban, President Kiir has requested for 15 more days to carry out consultation. And you might have seen on news there is anti-peace protests held in Juba. There was clashes between the SPLA, SPLM, IO forces and government forces. And you have also seen today that President Kiir and the government has decided to come by Wednesday, which is tomorrow, to come and sign this peace deal. What would it be if he wouldn't have come? How would that peace deal that was signed by Dr. Riek Machar and other stakeholders be implemented, minus his ink?
Yeah, that would have been difficult, and I think the protests that were launched in Juba, Bor, and other towns in Kwajok and other places, condemning SPLM, SPLA in opposition, condemning Riek Machar, defaming Riek Machar in person. I think those were a move that were uncalled for, because at the time that we were working for reconciling the nation and having a new beginning, there's no need of actually pushing the innocent person who are in their need of peace to do such kind of activities. And as to the clashes in the war front, you would recall that there were releases that we have made. We have explained why those clashes have happened in road between Juba and Nimoli, and also in Lanya, also in Luri, in Ler, in Mialdio, in Kwek, and other positions in South Sudan. Even today, I'm told that they have been attacking our position around Ayut, north of Jungle. Those are accounted for, and these are caused by greedy and lawlessness and lack of commitment to peace by the forces loyal to Salva Kiir. we are appealing on all South Sudanese that they should have this opportunity of making peace a general objective of everybody in the country. Yes, the news that Self is signing tomorrow, I'm told that he's going to sign this peace that was signed by my chairman in Addis, that he's signing this in Juba tomorrow. I think this is overdue. He actually, Self should have signed the same day with Dr. Riek. We know that there are areas of concern with us in the SPLM, SPLAIO. We have over 20 concerns, 20 points as a concern in the agreement. I believe also Salva Kiir has his own concern. What we had wanted to do is that we should have signed the same day in Addis, and then after that we address our concern. How do we go about them? Because those concerns have to do with the implementation of the agreement. There was no need of Kiir refusing to sign, because I believe when he went to Addis, he's fully mandated as head of the state, and he was in position of signing. So this delayment in adhering to peace and signing this peace was not uncalled for, and I believe it doesn't serve the purpose.
Well,
but we are happy. We are happy that he's going to sign tomorrow. As to the implementation, as you know, you need a counterpart. Our counterpart in this crisis is Salva Kiir, and if we do not sign it, I believe there will be difficulties in signing in implementing the agreement. So it is good that he's signing tomorrow.
Well, you mentioned something like points of concern. Do you think the agreement has addressed your points of concern? No, the agreement is for the country. Our concern, like for instance, we had a concern on. The agreement, the whole agreement is about reforms. It's about reshaping, redirecting, and having a roadmap to better develop the country and unite the people. So the question was, if these reforms are to be implemented, will the current two houses be in position of implementing these reforms? Because we think that these houses are not in position of implementing these reforms. So we had wanted to discuss this further with our colleague from the government. Also, when you talk of power sharing in the country, now we have been given a right to appoint two governors, one in Unity, one in Upper Nile. But these governors will be working with a government where they are a minority. So how do you see this governor implementing his policies? And he's running a government where he's a minority. So this is a deformed arrangement. The other area is that our one state has been taken from the previous proposal. The Jonglei has been given to the government without replacement. So we have been asking for a replacement in Barghazal and Equatorial. We should be given one state in Equatorial and one state in Barghazal. So that Self has 3 and we have 6. Self should appoint 6 governors, and we nominate 4 governors. Some of the areas have to do with the areas of reconciliation, the areas of reconstruction, compensation, because to the people of Upper Nile, their main interest and purpose in this agreement is in the area of reconstruction and compensation. People have lost property in these 3 regions. They have lost life. They need to be compensated so that they have interest in peace. And how come that you destroy part of the country and then you don't rebuild it? You don't compensate the people, yet the resources that the country are relying on maybe for the next 10, 20 years to come is oil, which come from these 3 regions. So the area of compensation, reconstruction is very important is central in the regions of Greater Upper Nile. Yes, it has been addressed. The proposals are there, but they are not well articulated. So we had wanted to discuss further with our colleague in the government, and these are some of the areas. In total, we have about 20 points, 20 areas of the articles of concern in the agreement. But if they are not addressed, we are still committed to full implementation of the agreement. As I said, it is an agreement for the people of South Sudan.
one important thing is that the security arrangements are very clear and reforms are very clear. We hope that we shall have a smooth implementation of peace. What is important is that we shall have total peace in the country, and that the country have a new beginning now.
General Taban, you have signed a compromise peace agreement which you have minority. For example, 40% in Greater Upper Nile, the 3 states, and 33% at the national government level, and 15% at other states, the other 7 states. What is the response from your people, the supporters of SPLM in opposition, and even the group of SPLM in opposition? What is its response?
Yeah, the response is that is negative, of course. They are not happy. But this is a situation that they can live with. And our constituency was happy of the first proposal of having 53% in Upper Nile. But the issue of having 0% in Greater Equatorial and Greater Barghazal is also a big concern to our constituency. As I said, we have observation. The government also have observation. I hope we shall sit as parties to the agreement to address those concerns, especially if they have implication in implementing the agreement. Because we want an implementable agreement. We want an agreement that works. They are concerned, but here is a situation that we need peace. I think this is a situation they can live with. What they have got, though they are a government, they will be a minority in the government. After all, this is the government of the SPLM, SPLA, and we hope that our counterpart, our colleague with Salva Kiir, we shall have the spirit of SPLM, of one SPLM, so that the agreement is implemented.
Okay. Now that those of Shangson and General Gadet having split and making press releases demanding participation or consideration in the agreement with a status like those of former political detainees, that is G10, are you in position to accommodate them?
Up to now, those of Peter Gadet, Garol Garkos, they have not, Changson, they have not been dismissed from the SPLM, SPLA-IO, and from the SPLA. They are still members of the movement. What had happened is that their assignment is altered. They have relief from assignment, but they are members. Yes, if they come back and discuss with us, yes, they can be considered. They are members of the SPLM here, as I say. If they should decide that, they come back to us and then discuss what do they really want. And I think the move that they took is unfortunate. This is not the time for it. As I said earlier, this is the time for the people of South Sudan to reconcile, to forgive themselves, and rebuild the country.
General Taban, these issues, there are contentious issues. You have earlier mentioned the demonstration by citizens and all these things, and I think these things are caused by misleading of the citizens by government delegation that went to Juba on other contentious issues like the demilitarization of Juba city. Can you clarify these issues to the public?
I believe if you ask the people now, because I happened to ask one person who came from the government, and I don't want to mention his name for his security. I asked him whether he is happy with demilitarization of Juba and other major cities. His answer was that he wants to sleep outside. That he wants to put his angreb, I think this angreb of Sudanese, that he wants to sleep outside when it is hot and he has no power, he has no air conditioner in his house. If you want to sleep outside by night, this is expression of maximum peace and security in the country. And this is the culture of Sudanese and South Sudanese. That the weather is hot, you just come outside with your the sleeping bed and you sleep outside, free. Which you cannot do today in Juba. I believe if you put this into a referendum in Juba, I believe 99% of the citizens of Juba will vote for demilitarization of Juba and other major cities. I think time has come that we have to teach ourselves again and how to live without fears, under duress, and want to be free in the country. I think separating the military from the public is important. We should control this military, camp them, train them, discipline them. And why would an SPLA officer or soldier, why would he would want to carry the 12.7 gun in Juba or AKM in Juba? What purpose? There's no need. Even the police should not be carrying arms and intrusion. They should be people, police that give services to the people. The public is not enemy to the soldiers. They are not enemy to the police. So why heavy military? Why heavy armed military present in areas of that are populous in the centers of the cities in South Sudan? So this is a popular demand to the people. They want to be free. They want to live in their normal life and without fear from anybody.
What would you say about the issue of two army? The Juba regime does not like it, and I think it is one of the causes of the demonstrations that have been taking place in around the country.
You know, the issue of two armies, I think, is a misreading of the articles that address the security arrangements. There's nothing called two armies. What is stated there is that now you have two warring armies and of the same nature. They are all SPLA. But these are factions that have been fighting among themselves. How do you bring them again together in 1 month or in 2 months? Before you rehearsal them, you reorganize them, you train them, you give them discipline. Can't self bring them if self for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or even 6 months. Can you do this as a immediate action that will succeed, that will work? This is not true. You need a time to train them, to discipline them, and to take their numbers, give them discipline. After that, you can talk of putting them into united units. What will happen is that they will have one command. That will be from senior officers from our side and from the government side. And it is these senior officers and one command that will determine whether they finish this, the formation of units of the same army in 18 months, or they may go more than that. History tells us that unifying this soldiers that have been fighting among themselves is that the more you take time, the more you train them, the more you discipline them, the more you have a better result by the end of the process. So there's no issue of two armies. They are the same army of the nation, but these are they have been in factions. They have been fighting themselves, and logically, you cannot just bring them together in 24 hours. You need time to discipline them, to train them, to give them discipline.
So it is not actually two army. It is a process of integrating the two forces.
Exactly, it is. Yeah. It is a process of integrating, unifying the two forces. Yeah. But because government initially they were not for peace, they were giving misleading statement, information to the people, and people very soon will discover what the truth, and especially when we have embarked in the implementation. Yeah.
Okay, now President Kiir is set to sign the peace deal tomorrow. How long will it take you as SPLA in opposition to go back to Juba, and what are the challenges?
The challenges, of course, is security. And how soon Riek Machar or myself or Mabior Garang the Mabior should go to Juba is the challenge is with the government. Is how soon they can demilitarize Juba. Is how soon they can remove all these forces outside Juba. How soon we can create the presidential guard. How soon we can create unified police. How soon we can agree on numbers of the soldiers that will be guarding military installation and barracks. And the challenge is with the government, and that's why I talk from the start that I hope Salva Kiir and his people will be ready for a smooth implementation of the agreement. If they are serious, it doesn't take time. Of course, you have a pre-interim period of 30 months where the forces should be controlled and subject to further training and creation of the troops that will go to Juba. And so I think there will be a workshop where we shall have the metrics of the activities to be carried out until Riek Machar goes to Juba.
Okay, General Taban, you've been in peace venue and you are the chief negotiator of SPLM, SPLA in opposition. What message of peace, message of hope can you give to South Sudanese about the achievement of this peace?
I think as I said also from the start, we are all South Sudanese. We are brothers and sisters. The country has suffered so long. This is a time to discover life out of crisis. We need to reconcile. We need to forgive each other so that we have a new beginning. And let's put this country forward and develop it. And this development will never happen until we reconcile ourselves. I think this is an opportunity that we should forgive ourselves and build the country.
Thank you, General Taban, for making your time to speak to Radio SPLM.
Thank you. Thank you.